Hi everybody, welcome to my studio. My name is Diane and I do collage and mixed media and fun things like that. And tonight I am going to do a couple pages in my Daily Collage Journal. So I am behind a few days. I kind of I needed a break after doing so much over the weekend. And actually last night I was in bed by about 8 o'clock, which is not normal for me. I was exhausted. So I am a couple days behind in my journal. I actually videotaped the page for, let's see, was that Sunday night? January 29th. I did video me creating this page, and I accidentally did it in slow motion. So that was unusable, but it was pretty much just like how I did the one from the day before. I just gathered up a lot of the bits and pieces that were sitting on my desk. Some of these were actually ones that I had picked up off the floor that I had found while I was going through and purging through all of my stuff as I've been cleaning up my art studio. So I was picking them up here and there and just kind of putting them over here on a pile on my desk, and that's just how I made that. So I've got January 30th, 31st, and then February 1st to do to get caught up. And I shouldn't just say, I don't want it to be mean caught up as in I'm behind, because I'm not seeing this project like that as in I have to have one to represent every day. I know that probably there might be some times when things get busy and life gets crazy, and I'm not going to dwell on trying to force myself to have a page for every single day, because that's not completely what this is about. I'm trying my hardest to do a page every day, but I also know and give myself some grace knowing that there are some times when things are just too busy and it's too much, and it's okay if I don't do a page that day. Since I am able to and my creative flow is going, I'm keeping that up and trying to keep that up by still having a page a day. So I don't want anybody to ever feel like, if you're joining along just for the fun of it, which you are, that's wonderful, and I hope that you let me know if you do. But I don't ever want this to seem like it's something that I am forcing myself to do every single day, or anything like that, because that is something that for me can just really start squishing my creativity instead of helping it. So I am going to just work on a couple of pages in here. I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to do all three of them at once. I guess it just kind of depends on how it all comes together as I'm looking through things. For sure, as I'm looking through all of my supplies, I'm going to kind of have in mind maybe 3 different things that I'm trying to work on. And what I think I'm going to do is, I've got my IKEA cart over here that's under my desk, and I think I'm just going to pull that out. Excuse me. I'm going to pull that out and just see what's in there. It's, I get in there every now and then, but it's full of all sorts of stuff. So I'm going to do that, see what happens, what comes together, and I'm going to just work on these next few pages. This is the IKEA cart that I am talking about. Before, I had a bunch of magazines all stacked up in there for forever, and those are all the magazines that I had gone through a couple weeks ago when I did that big magazine purge, and that was under there. Right now, it's just a little bit of stuff that I just have there because there's space. There's what's in there? I'm not even sure what's in that second one. There's some die cuts. There's a book in there that I always get images from. There's a phone book in there to use that I glue on. For some reason, I've got this in here, which I use to poke whenever I'm poking holes when I'm making my journals. This all is going to get cleaned out, and I'm not even sure if I'm still going to use it, because I might incorporate all the things that are in here over into my baskets that are over there up on the wall. A lot of this on this side is ephemera that some beautiful friends had sent me. That's all in these bags that I kind of I can put over there. There's lots of just tissue paper and pattern papers, and this is all just little bits and pieces of stuff. There's a lot of fabric type pieces in here. I think this might be all fabric bits. This used to have a bunch of postcard type things in there, and I pulled those all out not long ago. And then here are all of my vellum stickers. And then I've got a few of these tins back here that just have some things in them. Actually, like this one, I used to take with me whenever I when I would take my little travel kit with me. This is what's in here. So I think I'm going to take this stuff out and move it over onto the shelves though, because this doesn't like sticking under there. It's kind of a pain to pull it in and out, and it would be kind of nice just to have this open. So anyways, I don't even know what to get, what to use, what to work on, but I think I might set you down and try to find some stuff. There's a lot of dried used tea bags in here. That might be kind of fun to use one of those. So I'll set one of those aside. And the rest I'm just not sure. So instead of making you sit here and watch me as I try to go through all this, it's kind of difficult with one hand. But whenever I first put all this together, it was so when sometimes I would go when I was in the house, if my kids were in the living room watching TV or something and I wanted to be near them, I had all of my junk journaling type supplies right here. And so I was able to just roll this cart into that room and sit and be there and be by my kids. My art studio at the house was in our formal dining room, so it was right there in the main part of the house. It was on, I was on the main floor. It was right by the kitchen, and then the playroom was there right beside it. So my children have always been right there, right beside me, whenever I've been creating and they grew up creating beside me. This door right here, this was their side of my work area, and that's part of the reason why this is so long, is because this was the kids' half, and so there was enough room for both Grace and Elliot, because those were the only two that were home, but they were able to stand there and be beside me whenever I worked. And so that whole drawer was full of just art supplies for the kids. So that's kind of where why I had this cart in the first place. And whenever I moved over here, since that's the way that it was, that was just the way that I had it whenever I came here. So now I kind of feel like I don't need it like this, and it's taking up space. So I think it might just go. But okay, I'm going to set you down, and I'll be back and I'll show you what I found as I've been rooting around through all of this stuff. All right, so this is what I picked out. I've got 4 things and I only need 3 days, but this is kind of what sort of started happening. And for some reason, I started just like pulling all these little pieces out, and I kind of just feel like just kind of gathering them up in a really haphazard way and stick them together and put them down on the page. I don't know why, but I think that might be what it's going to be. So since that one's so super easy, this kind of started coming together too. So there was some just pieces of paper from Bella Grace magazine that I had used the image from for other things, and they were in there. And I kind of like that this was the rocks and then this is the water. So, and then I've got that tea bag, so we might do something with that. I'm going to set that one to the side. And I just got this butterfly. I had found this on the floor when I was cleaning up the other, on Sunday when I was doing the big makeover. And so I've got that. And then this is just a bunch of pieces of paper. A lot of these are vintage wallpaper pieces. So I've got that, and then I've got that silly pile. So let's see what's going on. I am so close to being done. Actually, after I get done with the 3 pages that I need to do, I'll have just this page, and then I'll be starting a new book. So that's really exciting. And another reason why I might go ahead and just do that 4th page, and that way I can start on a brand new book tomorrow. So let's see which one might go there the best. I kind of feel like these 2 would look nice side to side, which I shouldn't be trying to match these, be matchy-matchy on both sides, but I can see that starting to happen. So I'm kind of drawn to putting this one here because it's got the blue over here on this side. And I know I want to add some more things to this, but I don't know what. I've got my stack of things that's been kind of collecting over here. I might need to get a little, I don't want to get a basket for that, because if I do, then I'm going to end up with the big problem that I had before with just having baskets and baskets of things, and it all got, you know, filled up, but then it got to be where there was so much that I wasn't using things. So I'm kind of hesitant about putting anything in a basket. If I've got it right here sitting out, I think I'll be more likely to keep dipping into it and using those papers in there. So I think I'm going to put this guy sideways, and that way I can cover over that spot there. Let's see. I'm just going to crunch and fold this up around the edges, however it feels like it wants to go. Pardon my band-aid. I tried to rip the side of my finger off today at work with a box knife cutter opener thing. Let's see, what else can we put on there? What's this? What's this? I like this for some reason. It's because it's where of this bag where it's got the 2 sides glued together. So I might stick that on there somehow. Let's see. I'm trying not to shake everything too much. I might have to move this operation over to my regularly scheduled work area, because when I work on these, I know that I'm causing the camera to shake a bit, and that's not good. I don't want that. I'm wondering if this is too long. I feel like that's too wide. I don't want it to be super, this whole thing to be super wide. Okay. How many times have I been trying to put some of these stickers on these pages? It seems like with almost everyone, I keep on grabbing these stickers, like I'm gonna make them work on something. I've used them a couple times. If I did that, it's gonna cover over. Let's see. I have used these, so, but for some reason I seem to be wanting to use them more. Well, that would have most of it all covered up, unless I trimmed it. Seeing if I have a different one in here that might work better. son is in the living room playing video games, so I'm sure that you can hear him. I need to pick this up so I can see it. I'm just going to try out different ones here and there. Actually, there's enough of a glare on that butterfly whenever I lay it flat, so it makes it difficult for me to see. I think I might use that one. Okay, I'm gonna go for it. I'm fiddling with this way too much. The hardest part of this whole thing is gonna be getting the backing off this sticker. My hands are tired. We had, for my school, it's Catholic Schools Week this week, which is basically like Spirit Week, you know, at any other school. And so there's all sorts of extra events and activities going on. And today was the pizza lunch for the students and their parents, and we used to do it every year. And we don't make the pizza in the kitchen, thank goodness, but it's always a big event for all the families, and we haven't been able to do it in the past few years because of COVID. So this was the first year that we had the family pizza dinner, and so it was packed. There was tons and tons of families, and as far as being the kitchen, we bake the dessert for the families to have. And so we made cookies this morning, and we made, to be exact, because we had to count them, we made 1,603 cookies. So within the time of about 7:45, and we got finished around 11 o'clock. So, and it was me and 3 other of my coworkers that came in today to do that. So, should we point him that way? No, we need to point him that way. So it was a big deal. It was a lot. And I will fess up. I said this on my Instagram whenever I posted a picture of everything, that technically there were 1,605 cookies made, because I probably ate at least 2 cookies worth of cookie dough. So yeah, there's that. But hey, it's good. We make lots and lots and lots of things from scratch in our kitchen for the kids. So, which I think a lot of people don't realize how much is actually made from scratch in the school kitchens. So let's see, put that there. So it was a lot, and I'm a lefty, and scoops aren't made for left-handed people, so my hand is really, really sore from holding a right-handed scoop in my left hand, and but it was a good day. So I'll get this glued down, and then we'll look for a word. I just used a couple of those little adhesive dots to put the butterfly on, since it's kind of heavier. That way I know for sure it's going to stay stuck on there. And I might put this in the middle too. Okay, we'll put these back. Let's see, where's my book for words? Look for words, look for words. Let's see. See, this part is a little bit more difficult for me to do on camera because sometimes I can open this up and on the first page I'll spot something just right off the bat. And other times I can stand here and just look and look and look, and for some reason nothing sticks out. Let's see. Okay, I've been looking through this for a little while, so I stopped the camera. But I think I'm going to use this because, well, where did it go? Here. Because I actually, I think I said this earlier somewhere. I don't know if it was in my stories when I was talking about eating that cookie dough, but I said to be honest. And this right here says, in all honesty. So I think I might put that on there. I kind of like that. So, get my glue. And that'll be the first page. Let's see, I might stick it here in the corner. I don't mind if, like, these folded up papers cover over some of it. I'm okay with that. I kind of like it. Okay, there's the first one. And that is still wet, so I'm going to set that to the side and let it dry. And I think with this one, I just kind of see these sort of stacked up on each other. This is pattern paper from some pattern pack. And then these are just kind of, a lot of these are, I know these three are vintage wallpaper. So this is for sure a color scheme that I haven't gone with yet. It's a little bit different. So I think that might be part of the reason why I'm a little drawn to using these, because this is a little bit more just different from what I've been doing. But for some reason, when I was looking through these, this is kind of what I saw. So that's what I'm going to go with. I don't know if I can fit this one on there or not. I don't know if I want to. Let me get my adhesive, see if I can put this down how I have it. I like it exactly the way that it is. And by golly, I'm going to be stubborn and try to hold this and glue these together at the same time. It's that bad. So let's see if I can do it this way. I know that there's probably an easier way to do this, but like I said, I can be a little bit on the stubborn side, and I'm going to make it work. So let's just straighten those out a little bit. I just knew that if I like moved it at all, that it wasn't going to be how I had it exactly. So silly, silly, silly. Silly, silly me. I had it like that. Let's move this up just a little bit. I want a little bit more space between here and this piece of paper is what I'm looking at. Try to get that even. There we go. Okay. Should we put that one on there? I feel like that makes it too wide. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what this looks like in here. Doing ones like this it's a fun way to just use those little scraps of paper, because I have a hard time throwing a lot of them away, especially ones like these vintage wallpapers. It's like, that is such cool paper. There has to be a way that I can use it. I wonder, what's this at? Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, I need to leave this alone. There's a piece of adhesive right there on the top. You can feel it. Just trying to rub that off there. I've got my video uploading of my studio tour right now, and it's taking, well, YouTube says it's going to take 3 hours. Oh, so I'm anxiously waiting that to get done so I can share that with you all, which of course this will be posted after that, but okay, let's see. I don't know if I maybe, normally I wouldn't put that down, but since this is on the back part of the journal where it is, I don't know if like opening and closing it, if that would eventually get bent or not. So I think I'm gonna glue that down. Normally I wouldn't, I'd leave it because I like them. I like the pages to be able to move. I like to be able, whenever I'm going through this, to do things like that. So that's why a lot of them are like that. Because I am so tactile. I'm an extremely, extremely tactile person. So being able to do things like that is why I keep these like that. So, all right, put the clip back on there. I might look through my little bin here and see if there's something really easy so that I don't have to be, well, you know what, let's get this one. This one has all sorts of things in it. The ones that I've already cut out, so I need to go through a lot of these because when I cut out, when I was really cutting out a bunch of these, it was when things were kind of rough. And actually this is kind of cool. It says touch the corners and there's a lot of corners on there, so I think I'm going to use that. But when I was first cutting a lot of these out, things were tough, and a lot of these are pretty heavy duty, intense lines from books and whatnot, and I don't need those anymore. So let's see. I think I'm gonna leave even where it says of on there, because I can. So there's that. Yeah, I think I'll just put it right there. There's a little bit of word on the edge of that I missed. There. All right. There we go. That's kind of fun. See, that paper is so pretty. All right, so this one is going to be ridiculously silly. So I might just start sticking these down and see what happens. Where's my, there we go. I didn't look on the other side of that. All right. Actually, I think in my head, I kind of felt like I had these clumped up even more. I don't know if I can move these around though. This is some pretty old music paper. They might not like being shifted too much. Yeah. I almost wish I had this a little bit thinner. That's not coming up. Okay, we're committed whether we want to be or not. Because this paper is fragile and it's stuck. Well, I have to put that there because I just tore up a bit of it. All right, so let's see. Guess what I'm going after? Guess what I'm grabbing? One guess. Look, it's these silly leaf. Why do I want to cover this up? I don't even think it's going to work. I don't even know why I got these out. Maybe I should put some sort of other flower on there. I'm not sure how much. I don't know. Do we like that? I've got some deli paper here. This is another one that this has got words on it that I pulled off of something that I had messed them up, and they're stuck on there, and I'm just tempted to take this and tear this off and stick it in my journal. But I think I'm gonna tear a bit. This is just deli paper. I don't want that edge on the bottom. I don't know, I'm gonna try this and we'll see. We will see, because I like how that flower is turning in. This might work. At first I was seeing this just really super simple, and just having it that with a word across it, but I kind of feel like now that I'm working on stuff, see, I told you this was gonna be the hardest part of the night, was peeling these off. There we go. Now that I'm doing these pages, I kind of feel like we want to add something more. The thing is that, let's see, maybe I should have waited. I'm going to stick that guy to the side. Let's make some layers here of some stuff. I have no idea if or how this is going to work, but hey, we're just going to go for it. Because that's how I roll. I really have to push hard to get the adhesive on this deli paper. It does not like to be on there because it's slippery stuff. It's kind of like wax paper, but kind of like tissue paper. Okay. All right, let me look at this for a second. I don't know if we should put that on there or if we should put on like something real. By something real, I mean like maybe I want this over farther. Oh, there you go. I'm wanting this to be out on the outside edge. I want some of this to be on the edge, so the flower has got some on the edge of it. All right, let's see what's going on here. And I'm gonna have to trim that off just a little bit. Okay, go ahead and do that. I have no idea what it is about these silly stickers. Why I feel like I've got to try to use them. It's almost become like a challenge now. It's like, oh, they didn't work on that page, so I've got a little bit of adhesive there. Where's my eraser? I don't know if I can find it. If I had an eraser here. Try to get that off. There we go. All right. I like that. Let's get some of this up and going around it. Okay. I kind of like that. All right, let's see. See, this is why I keep this stuff right here, and I'll even keep these little pieces because I will use them because and things just like that. So, okay. Let's find a word for it. I panicked there for a second. I thought maybe I forgot to push record. Yeah, this stood out. It says, well, this is kind of pretty. I was going to do I began to notice, but right underneath it, it says was not without its beauty. I think I kind of like that for this page since it's got this pretty flower on it. And it's kind of nice because this paper's, yeah, I think that'll work. All right, my glue. And I think for this last one, if I decide to go ahead and do that, I might save that for tomorrow. I'm going to save the tea bag for tomorrow. Because I'm going to, hopefully, my video over there will be ready to roll here soon. And, oops. Trying to get that just a bit above. There's the stem there, and I like how this bottom of the stem shows. That's why I'm fiddling with it a little bit. Okay, well, there we go. I don't know how long that took, but here's January 30th. January 31st. And February 1st. Which I guess that's nice since it's February and, you know, yeah, February. All right, there we go. I've got one page left. And then this little guy is full. Whenever I get this full, I will do a flip through and show you what I did at it, and then I will go close my eyes and get my next little log and jotter book to work in. I've got a million of them, and I'm just gonna really close my eyes, and I've got them in a basket, and I'm just gonna grab one, and that's what I'm gonna be working in next. So, okay, I'm gonna leave this open because this guy is still a little wet. And thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions, please ask. Be sure to check out my videos where I'm reorganizing my studio. And yeah, like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and thank you so much. And I will see you all again really soon. Bye-bye.